Hey everybody, Jaleesa Loggins here. I just want to talk about my book during this video. So if you haven't read it, or you're in between reading it, or at the beginning, spoiler alert, I might talk about some stuff that actually goes on during my book. I just want to talk about my experience writing this book and my experiences now. As a writer-author, you don't have to write every day. I certainly didn't. Distractions certainly got in the way of writing this book. And also laziness, I want to say. Like relationships, with boyfriends, or family drama, or changing jobs, or moving, or just, daily life stuff happening got in the way of stuff. I didn't really put this book, or writing this book, my first priority like I should have. And I kind of regret it in a way I don't. Sometimes I would tired from work or something else, but also other times I was lazy, I didn't want to write, I wanted to do something else. But other times, if I had to write a sad part in my book, that means I had to put a lot of emotions, my personal emotions, in the book, what I would have done, or think of an experience I've had, and put that in the book. And I didn't want to do it at that moment. I didn't want to get in touch with my feelings, so to speak. And I had to, I just wanted to wait about that for another day, maybe. I think most of my quotes in my book, or my inspiration, comes from, some of it comes from my life experience, some of it comes from just listening in church, sitting on the bench at church and listening to my preacher, or if someone else says something, I might write it down for later and put it in my book. Quotes that my friends or someone has said, I might write that down in my book as well. Spoiler alert, I wanted to tell people that there's help in the world, whether it's from your religion, God, your friends, your family, preacher, somebody, a counselor, somebody out there is going to help you. Don't think you're alone. And whether it's depression, suicide thoughts, rape, anxiety, anything like that, there is help. I know it's a bad situation to go through any of those topics, and I wanted to touch base in my book about these topics. I've been asked if the tragedy scene in my book happened to me, by like 2 or 3 people. Maybe other people scared to ask. The answer is no. It did not happen to me. I went through a bad breakup. I was bitter and awful to my friends because of it, and it was just bad, and it changed me in a way, and it was one of the worst things in my life, I guess I could say. And I wanted to write about, what was a bad thing that could happen to a girl and she get through it. And that's why I went along the subject of rape. And I know of, if I went through that situation, I probably would be in a horrible mess. I probably wouldn't recover like my character did in the book. But I just wanted to touch base because there is things that happens like that in the world, and it's very, very sad and tragic. And I also wanted to just have a little thought of suicide. If you get the hint, I do have a small hint in my book. I call it the aftermath, which is after the tragedy happens in my book. I wanted to just touch base and put a suicide thought in her head, but she doesn't go there, because she's not like that. And I wanted to touch base on that just simple, suicide thought, because at some point in all of our lives we have those bad thoughts. Whether we're Christian or not, or that we're a good person or not, or perfect or whatever. Everybody goes through some kind of stage and they think that way about themselves. And like I said, I wrote this story for closure and for also just want the word out that people needs help. If you need help, there's always help out there. And I just wanted to really voice my opinion, because who else is going to say it? So I hope you like my video. I hope you buy my book. Like it said plenty of times before, especially on Facebook, it's on Amazon, booksmillion.com, Barnes&Noble, christianbook.com. Go out there, purchase it, buy it. I hope you like it. Wanting to write another one, of course, and this book to me it's all about forgiveness. And I call it Let It Be Forgotten, because we're always wanting to forget our past, but really it's all about forgiveness. That's the underlying meaning. And subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to post more videos. And also like me on Facebook, Jaleesa Loggins Writer. And don't forget to like this video.